It's simple, really. Great stories with a good cup of tea. It's the Tea with Mike show. What's up, Tea with Mike community? On this episode, business owner Zachary Brandt joins the show. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and enjoy. All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Tea with Mike show. Joining me for this one is Zach. Welcome to Tea with Mike, Zach.
Hey, Mike, thanks for having me on, man. I know we've been planning on doing this for a while, so.
I know, right? So it's great that we can finally talk. So let's just jump right in. Do you want to start by telling everyone a little bit about you?
Yeah, so name's Zach, if anyone missed that. I'm 20 years old. Currently live in Michigan. See background real quick. Hated school in high school. Was a terrible student, C at best, usually D, average student. I currently sell full-time on eBay and Amazon. It's going extremely well. I'm looking at getting a warehouse next month or next year.
That's crazy, man.
So, I mean, that's about it. Bad at school, good at business.
Awesome. So you said you didn't like school. Like, why wasn't school for you?
Oh, my goodness. I have ADHD, so I can't, sit still. You'll notice a lot in interview, and just the way... the way school is taught is hard for me to learn, and it's just they didn't teach me what I liked. I was always into business and entrepreneurship, and then it just wasn't for me. I didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, hated it, wanted to learn about business. So as soon as I was done with high school, started my own company, and it's going really well right now.
Awesome. And so when you were in school, were there any subjects at all that you liked?
I mean,
if you really think about it,
if I really had to pick,
schools that you can apply to the stuff that you're doing now, or even just a little bit, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick, I liked history a little bit. Okay. So I like learning. I guess I do enjoy learning. I just don't like the way schools teach people, but I liked history. So if I had to pick, my favorite class would be history.
Okay, so then you weren't the biggest fan of school. But you made sure you finished school to make sure you tick the check box. So then, why did you decide not to go to college?
So a little background more about me. I started selling stuff like toys on eBay when I was 12, 13 years old, and all throughout high school I was doing that, making an extra $1,000 a month kind of deal. So I wanted to expand out on that, and as soon as high school was over, my senior year, I started going a little more on the toy scaling and flipping, reselling business on eBay. I started my own paint company also. I still run, and it was going really well, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm like, there's no purpose for me to go to college. I mean, I don't want to be a nurse or a doctor or a lawyer, so there was really no reason. In the past, I would say 6 months to 2 years, my business has just exploded on Amazon. So
now I'm also curious to know, in the journey that you've taken so far, have all these decisions that you've been making, have you completely made these decisions, or have you had influence, or has it all been based somehow magically on gut instinct?
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people that go to college and they love it. I know a lot of people that went and hate it. I just knew I would not like it at this time in my life, so sort of that. And then Gary Vaynerchuk, I know you know who he is. You're on his show. That was awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he talks a lot about, just going for your passion, and business was my passion, and I didn't want to work for another business, wanted to own my own. So it was more myself. Both my parents, siblings all went to college, so I'm the first
one interesting.
I went to. So.
That's cool. And then, so correct me if I'm wrong. So before you we'll talk about Amazon in a little bit more detail in a second.
Yeah.
But do you want to talk a little bit about the painting and kind of how you fell in love with collecting sports cards?
Yeah, sure. So sports
cards. And then kind of what that's taught you, and then that'll lead into
Amazon. Yeah, sure.
You got it.
I always loved sports. Basketball, I played for 8-9 years. Baseball, played for 8-9 years. Sports cards when I was younger, maybe 8, 9, 10 years old, I would buy them and look up how much they were worth kind of deal and trade them with my friends. And I guess I fell in love with that on the business scale, and I love sports, so that was fun. I still do sports cards quite a bit. I'll buy a player, and if I think he's going to be good next year, 5 years, or if I think just the card's rare, I'll buy it, invest in it, and then flip it, sell it, or keep it for my collection. The paint company, there was a friend probably 4 years ago that his dad ran a paint business, and he needed help. And I said, hey, I'll help him out.
Okay.
Yep. I said, hey, I'll help you out just to earn extra money. Well, wasn't working at the time. I was 16, 17. So I helped him out, and I got pretty good at it. And then I worked for another paint company and enjoyed it. And I'm like, hey, I think I can do this by myself. And I just started my own, just me, myself. And then sometimes I'll have a friend work for me. And I've been doing that on and off for about a year and a half now on the side. So
this is a great side question. So do you genuinely love painting, or is there because you're business orientated, is there a great market in the area that you live in for that type of business?
I enjoy painting. I like, when it's done, there's no better feeling than seeing your work when it's all done. It looks great. So I enjoy painting and business. Painting business, it's always been in demand the past few years in my area. There's a lot of new communities, a lot of families moving here, buying houses, needing a paint kind of deal. So yeah, the marketing area where I live, painting has done really good, but I don't paint as much as I did maybe a year or two ago. It's mainly all Amazon now. So
awesome. So it's almost you combined your love for business and stuff, and then it was a bonus that you liked painting too. So
yeah, exactly.
It's kind of a win-win. Very, very cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, just going back to the sports cards for a second. I like sports. The only time I collected sports cards was for soccer.
Okay.
For the FIFA World Cups and stuff.
Yeah.
And those special occasions. So I remember flicking through my book and trying to fill in the gaps in.
Yeah, trying to complete the set.
Yeah, and then we a bit like you, we traded them at school. But the problem was because it was only a very short period of time. But it wasn't like, let's say, baseball or some of these ones where you're collecting for the long run. The World Cup is a set time.
Very short amount of months. Yeah.
So it's next to impossible. It just eats your money because it's next to impossible to complete it.
Yep. Yeah, no, I mean, sports card market has blown up the past, I would say, 6 months, a year. Cards that were worth $2 now are going for $80, $90. So it's pretty crazy. There's a lot of new investors, collectors, young people, old people coming back into sports cards. So the whole market has changed, and it's been a lot of fun meeting a lot of people on that side. So
just talking about sports cards, how much, in order to make it, if you're being serious from a business perspective, kind of how much card knowledge do you have to have about what you're collecting, collector's knowledge?
If you know sports and you know a little bit about cards, and it's like, hey, I think this rookie is going to be good in 5-10 years. You can buy a card maybe for $30, and then 5 years from now it could be worth $300-400. There's a lot of great people on Twitter and YouTube, and even Gary Vee's getting more people on sports cards. So you don't need a whole lot of knowledge. And there's the investing side, and there's also just the fun collecting side. So I'm on both. I buy some cards that are not going to be worth anything just because they bring me enjoyment and I like them. So.
Okay, I see. So for you, again, it's kind of it's an enjoyment thing, but the painting and the business, but then also there's the opportunity to make money.
Yeah, it's both. So exactly, I make maybe an extra $500, $1,000 a month just buying sports cards, and so it's fun.
Awesome, man. And then so all of these things kind of combine and lead you to, how did it kind of combine and lead you down the Amazon FBA thing?
Yeah. So like I said earlier, I started actually my first thing I ever sold on eBay was a Lego Star Wars Jabba the Hutt figure. I was 12 years old. I wanted to buy something, I can't remember. And my parents said, well, you can work for it or you can sell something. And I sold it on my dad's eBay account for $60 at the time. And I was just amazed someone was going to give me that much money for my used toys. And I was like, hey, it's just pretty cool. So then I flipped and bought stuff all through high school and did all that. And then I realized Amazon, there's a lot more buyers on Amazon versus eBay. and I just fell in love with that. Met a lot of great people that helped me on Twitter, and just been working on that 15, 16 hours a day for the past 6 months, and it's completely exploded. So.
This might be self-explanatory, but kind of why did you choose to invest all of your time into this, like one specific thing where you could have picked a gazillion different things out there?
Yeah.
Right? Especially if you're business minded and you've done the painting and the other things too.
Yeah, why like Amazon versus some other stuff?
Yeah.
I just see the reach it has. Like, my business has completely exploded, the amount of sales and revenue and orders I'm doing, and I enjoy it more than anything else. It makes me truly happy to wake up and buy inventory and sell it and make customers happy because they're getting the thing they want. They're getting it fast because I buy stuff, mail it to Amazon. When it sells, Amazon mails it out for me. So it's something. It's something I truly just enjoy. And I enjoy it a lot more than the painting and other stuff. So that's the main reason I decided just to go all on it.
Cool. So what would you say some of the challenges are of what you do? Because it can't always, or maybe it is, but usually things aren't always like green.
Yeah, it's not always sunshine. Some challenges I faced. Getting organized. I'm not good at that. So I had to hire an accountant, CPA, just trying to get inventory organized, the money going to the right places. That's a weakness for me for sure, is organization. So hiring someone that's good at that. Also doing it all by myself. I mail some of my items, I will mail out personally instead of Amazon. And it can get hard when you get 50, 60 orders in a day, trying to package them all up and get them out for the next morning. So getting a system in place, an organized system that I can just go to a stationary area, getting packages ready, pack them, get them out, was a big thing I faced, and I got that. So I'd say that would be some of the challenges. I'm learning Amazon's website compared to eBay. It's a lot different. So trying to learn the new marketplace and how to sell stuff on there and how to deal with returns was definitely a challenge for the first few months. So those are a few of the challenges I faced.
Sure, let's dive a little deeper into, because you mentioned it, how important, off the organization thing, how important is having a good workflow process and system?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started, it's still a little bit like that. It's a lot better, Didn't have an accountant, didn't have a CPA. I would sell something, I couldn't find what bin it was in. If it was in a storage unit, it was in a garage, I couldn't find, where it was. If I needed to buy more of it, sometimes I would sell stuff and I'd realize I don't have this item anymore. So I had to figure out where to get it to the customer. So it's definitely, I'd say, I mean, if you're not organized, you're setting yourself up for failure, and it puts a lot more stress on you and a lot of wasted time. So it's good to have a good system. You go into your office, everything's neat. You sell something, you know where it is, you know where your packing material is. It saves you a lot of time and a lot more money that way by being organized. So.
Awesome. So was this all these systems that you now have in place? Was it kind of just through trial and error, or did you do some marketing research? Did you use Google?
Yeah, I talked with some people online on Twitter that are just doing really great on Amazon, and I watched some videos and saw how other people did it, and I basically stole their ideas because I was working for them, and I've adapted a little bit of my own stuff that works for me. So definitely did a lot of research every day. I'm learning. There's thousands of stuff I don't know about Amazon. So in business and in life, I think every day you can learn something new that will help you. You never stop learning. So I'm a firm believer the moment you stop learning is the moment you're setting yourself up for failure. So.
So then, because you earlier you mentioned that obviously you're doing something that you really enjoy. You're working out, I don't know, 15, 17 hours a day on it.
What's that?
So you said you were working up to 17 hours a day on it. So how do you everyone, even if you enjoy something, how do you overcome the challenge of being tired?
Yeah, that's the thing. Luckily, my ADHD, I'm like the Energizer Bunny a little bit. I actually black tea in the morning has a lot of caffeine for you, and it's natural and healthy. And I know your show's called Tea with Mike, so you'll enjoy that. And green tea, both that's great natural caffeine and natural vitamins and supplements I take. But yeah, so I don't burn myself out. I have to exercise almost every day. I have a little home gym I use.
Oh, that's
right. Take breaks. Yeah, I take breaks maybe every 45 minutes. I'll take a 5-10 minute break.
Okay.
So, and music keeps me focused. Always have to have music on. So
it sounds like you're building, no joke, like a great life, just busy packaging, listening to music.
Yeah, I enjoy
so
it.
Cool.
Like, don't get me wrong, there's some days that, it's hard, but that's life. But for the most part, 99%, I absolutely love what I'm doing, and I'm so grateful. So
awesome. So then how much time do you spend, let's say, in a week, like researching trends and potentially the next bestsellers?
Yeah, the next best-selling item. I almost do that.
Stay ahead of the curve, right, to keep being profitable, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because an item I'm selling now may not be worth anything in a few months or weeks or even next day. There's a few websites that I use for Amazon, and I'm actually in a group of sellers on Twitter, and I'm in one on Facebook, and we all share ideas of the next best item we think. And I maybe research almost every day, 30 minutes, an hour. When I'm on my break, I'll just look and I'll see what's going on. Right now, it's one of the busiest times for online sellers. We're preparing for 4Q, the fourth quarter, Christmas time. So it's the busiest shopping time in any industry, online or retail. So right now, it's just buying up a lot of toys and electronics and stuff like that people will want to give as gifts. But the researching and marketing, I'd say I spend 30 minutes, an hour a day finding the next best toy or item or whatever it may be.
Awesome. And while I keep scribbling down notes, do you want to expand on your answer about your favorite teas and why you love drinking tea?
Yeah, sure. So growing up, my grandpa and my dad both loved tea, and my father still loves tea. So it was basically him. He got it on to me. He would have it every day in the morning. I used to make it for him before he went to work. I would make him tea, and I love it. It tastes great. It's good for you for the most part. Natural caffeine. Tea helps me sleep certain kinds. So the chamomile kind and whatnot. And yeah, I don't know. Tea's a lot better. I don't like coffee, so not a coffee guy.
Oh, we can be friends then.
All right, we're friends.
I approve of that.
Okay, good.
Nice. I got that on video too, so yeah.
Awesome. You can hold it on to me anytime.
Perfect. So the tea fact for the episode is, according to legend, in 2732 BC, Emperor Shen Nung discovered tea when leaves from a wild tree blew into his pot of boiling water. And that comes from rmg.co.uk. It's pretty cool.
I did not know that. That is really cool. It's a good fact.
It's one of it's a nice little segue that I added into my show. Like, so I get to, a bit like all the knowledge thing. I get to learn something new every time.
That's awesome. Yeah, I said a little bit ago, never stop learning. So what are you drinking right now, if I may ask you?
Absolutely. And so I'm drinking Yorkshire tea. It's a strong black tea, and then with a tiny bit of milk.
Okay, I get tea and milk guy. Okay, yeah, I can do milk sometimes a little bit, just a little bit.
But when I say milk, most people think quite a lot. I'm talking literally like 0.111.
Just a little drop, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Otherwise, it ruins the tea. It's too obviously milky.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
So obviously Gary Vee talks about it a little bit, and I know you just posted about this, which prompts the next question. How important is kind of reinvesting some of the money you make back into your business operation?
Yeah. So I haven't paid myself basically anything from my business right now. I'm in the scaling up growing stage. No, I've paid myself very little money from my business. And like, I enjoy reinvesting my money in my business because it just makes me happy, and I live below my means. I don't buy fancy clothes or new phones or whatever, or fancy cars. So yeah, it's very important to reinvest your money to upscale and not pay yourself a huge salary. I mean, of course, if you're doing it full time like me, you have to pay yourself some money to pay bills and live life. But yeah, sort of like a snowball, you know, it starts off a little and it just rolls downhill and keeps getting bigger and bigger. So just like my business right now.
Is there any like days of the year where that's difficult? Obviously, because you know you're making X number, which at your age or any age is like quite frankly impressive.
Yeah.
Without going into specifics.
No,
like,
yeah, no, it's fine.
How do you stay focused on the goal?
Yeah, that's something. That's a great question, you know, because God has blessed me a lot, and I've had a lot of family and friends that have helped me get where I'm at right now, and it is a lot of money for someone my age. Hard thing, you know, staying humble and just working hard and not trying to like have that, oh, I'm making this much money, I can like slack off kind of deal. But it goes back to
all the expensive spots in town.
Yeah, you know,
town down the road,
whatever,
right?
the car, everything. It goes back to enjoying what you do and liking it. Like for me, the money's just a bonus, really. It's, you know, if I'm making 50,000, 200,000, it's just a bonus at this point for me. I truly enjoy what I'm doing, so that helps me stay focused because I can't go more than maybe 2-3 days without working. I get bored. Like eventually, I just want to get back to work and growing my business. So I guess that's the main thing to stay focused. So also, I guess another thing would be helpful. Amazon, when you get paid, it goes into like a balance, and then they pay you like every 2 weeks roughly.
Okay.
And you can also request a payment. So one thing that I've noticed that helps me is like requesting payment so that it shows like I have zero left in my account. So it's like a new start for me, and then I can like build it up. And that way I don't, cool. Yeah, that way I don't get comfortable seeing X amount of dollars in my account, and I can, you know, slack off.
And resetting the balance helps. That's actually really good from a psychological perspective.
Yeah, you know, it shows, oh, I have zero. I better get to work, and so then you build it back up, and a few days later, put it back to zero.
So what are your kind of goals with the whole like business over the next like few years? Like,
yeah,
do you ever think like it's probably unlikely given how crazy big it got, but let's go a bit crazy here. Let's say the government comes in, which would be controversial, and decides to break up Amazon because it's like way too big and it changes everything. Like, how would you react to that?
Well, that's a very good question. So I also sell on Walmart.com, and I still sell a little bit on eBay. So I have a backup plan if for some reason, like you said, let's say my account gets suspended, Amazon or whatever stops, or something happens. I have the ability to sell on Walmart.com. I can sell on eBay, and I can also still do painting on the side. And so always can go back to the original. And yeah, so yeah, that's a very good question. Always have to be prepared for the worst and hope for the best.
And also, painting is a really smart business because people always need like things painting.
Yeah, for the most part, no matter really what's going on, and you know, people are always going to need painters. I mean, the price may go down depending on the economy, but there usually is work you can find, especially where I'm located. A lot of new homes are being built and a lot of people moving. So
awesome. And then obviously you work a crazy amount. Do you? I know you said you love it, but what do you do to take a real break once in a while?
Yeah, the main reason I guess I'm working so hard too is try to make the business more automated, so I can travel the world. That's the end goal for me. So I do love traveling. So maybe once every few weeks, I'll go up north for a day, or I'll rent a cabin out with a friend, and you know, just go for long car rides, trying new scenery. I like hiking, bike riding, just getting away, disconnect from technology. I'll turn off my phone and just, you know, go for a long drive kind of deal. Find a cool place I haven't traveled to maybe. So that definitely, it's nice to do that once every, you know, month or every few weeks just to get a break from work.
Awesome. So, so you said you want to go traveling. Like, where? Like, what's on your bucket list for traveling?
Oh man, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, the whole Corona thing and everything going on or whatever sort of put a dent because everything was shut down. So, but I want to go to islands overseas for sure. Canada is on my list. California, South Carolina. There's a lot I want to do. So.
Right on, man. And then as we come towards the end of the show, is there anything you want to ask me?
Let me think real quick. What made you start Tea with Mike? There's a good question. What was the idea that's popped in your head that I want to do a show and interview people?
So there's a whole bunch of different scenarios, like different circumstances. But I guess one of the reasons was I like talking. I was always that person in class that I wouldn't stop talking when the teacher was like talking.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'd sometimes get other people into trouble because I'd be talking to them and we weren't like listening to whatever was going on in the classroom.
Exactly.
So there was that. I have always loved performance in the theatre world and the entertainment industry. So kind of touching on what you were saying earlier about finding things you love and somehow merging them into something that you can do for the rest of your life. Not necessarily makes you the most amount of money, but you can generate enough to live within your means, as you said earlier. But also, then you combine that with happiness. And then, I don't know. Oh, and then just the other one was digital and technology is crazy powerful.
That is true.
And a large percentage of people, at least, because you got to be careful what you say, at least that I've witnessed and observed with my own eyes and through work that I've done, have lost the kind of ability to hold just a regular conversation, man.
Yeah.
And then I guess the additional one is I'm from England. I know it's a stereotype, but I genuinely do love drinking tea. So I kind of just like stitched them all together. And Teawithmike actually started as a college project.
Okay. That's awesome.
So that's it. That's just in a nutshell.
No, that's awesome. I love it. I enjoy watching your show, and I'm very happy you invited me on. So I enjoyed this.
It's really cool. Like if you ignore the noise and you're just consistent, a bit like that snowball that you were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
You start with nothing and then you build one layer and then another layer and another layer.
It just keeps rolling and getting bigger. So
there's no way like a year and a half ago, even just one example. There's no way I thought I'd like end up speaking to Gary Vaynerchuk, for example.
Yeah,
that's just the tip of the iceberg, but it's just crazy.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. A few months ago, I've had the chance to get put in a group chat with him and a bunch of other sports cards collectors, and
that's dope, man.
Yeah, and I get to talk with him a little bit. So yeah, I get that. I didn't imagine myself in that situation like you either. So it's quite cool, and technology is definitely powerful. So
I've got tons of plans for the show in the future, but just staying grounded, like making just one day at a time, right?
Exactly, one day at a time. Just keep it going. So.
All right, perfect. Well, thanks so much for being on the show today.
Hey, Mike, thank you very much. It was my pleasure.
And let's keep in touch. Keep talking.
For sure, man. Thank you, Mike.
All right, guys, this was another episode of the Tea with Mike show. You'll be able to, with Zach. Zach was cool as always. You'll be able to catch this episode at teawithmike.com. Thanks, Zach.
Thanks, Mike.
It's the Tea with Mike show.